What's up, guys? Welcome to the chat, to the stream, the live video. So today we have over $1,500 in weekend sales. We have a couple combined orders. We have some shoe sales, and we have some shirts that sold for over 40 and 50 bucks. Doing pretty good. I like the setup. What do y'all think? Drop a comment down below. Like the video if you like the background. I figured purple and blue. Why not? I mean, that's how I feel. Beat up. My Chicago Bears lost. Justin Fields had his best game of the season, and we pooped it in the fourth quarter. So that is very terrible. I'm very upset with how the season's going. I don't even know what to think right now. I mean, so many highs and lows. Like much like reselling, the highs and low of this business is, you know, it embodies what the Bears are doing out there. But I am doing way better than the Chicago Bears because things are selling. You know, fourth quarter's right around the corner. Halloween's coming up. My son is at his very first invited birthday party that wasn't in the family. So he's there with my wife. They're hanging out. I told her, I said, look, I got to take care of this live stream. And honestly, kids parties are so. I do like kids parties whenever it's in a backyard and people are drinking beer and stuff. But the ones at kids places, I'm not a fan. Not a fan. So we got some people jumping in the chat as always. I appreciate everyone that shows up. Let's get it. I got to get this work done. I'm condensing down my inventory right now. If you guys are volume sellers, you know what a headache that is. I usually do it with my employee, Randy, but she was out one day last week, and I really needed her to get her full hours doing photos because, guys, I am rusty when it comes to taking photos. Once you get away from it for a few weeks, getting back into it, I just couldn't get into a flow state. I was tired. I was kind of bored, so I cannot thank Randy enough for continuing to work well. So I decided, hey, let me condense the inventory. It's taken me probably 2 hours, and I'm 3/4 of the way through. So it'll probably be about, 2.5 hours all said and done, maybe 3. First item, it's going to be a Peter Millar. This is a summer comfort. I sold this pretty cheap. It was purple striped. It went for $8 plus $8.99. $17 shipped. We got the teal bag. So if you guys didn't know, Jiaropack is who sponsors me. I pack items in colored bags. I have a lot of white bags I got to get through, but if you guys want 10% off, use the code Taylor10 and hit the link in the description. Any bag that you buy, I get a little bit of a commission from it, so I appreciate everyone that purchases. And I mean, they got all kinds of colors. I'm pretty excited about how this partnership's going, and even bigger channels like Julian with Bearded Thrift Machine. I saw him with the Jiaropack link. So, if Julian thinks it's a good deal, then you know it's a good deal. So we're going to, I don't even have my scale turned on. We're going to turn this on. I hope everything sounds good. The audio's all right. I imagine so. Kachu says, first things first, sorry about the Bears. Yeah, get all the sorries out of the way because our defense is rough. I think it's been 14-game losing streaks since last year, and we've given up, I think, 25 points in every single game. So you cannot win very many games giving up 25, especially if you don't score more than 25 very often. All right, 10 ounces here. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, honestly, football season's one of my more favorite seasons. The weather cools down. My wife and I have our anniversary coming up. Her birthday, my birthday's in the fall. And then you got Thanksgiving, Christmas. So a lot of cool things happening. And now it's my son's birthday come November. So if you guys want to send Seth a gift, I do have my P.O. box down below. I don't know about shoes. His feet are so fat. They're as fat as they are long. So shoes are kind of a hard thing. But his birthday is November 12th. So little Seth, man, he is something else. If you guys have kids out there, just seeing the changes that they make just in 1 year it's tremendous. He's chunky, he's happy, he's pulling up, he can stand for a few seconds. I'm gonna try to get him in the next video. I'm gonna put a little clip, I think, in the next video because I want to document these little moments. Got Ragnar barking like crazy in the backyard. You can probably hear us. Also, if you guys know from my recent, one of my videos when I bought all those Wrangler Pearl Snaps, I bought a bunch of size medium. Well, the size larges are actually moving. And when you have a listing that has multi-quantity, once they start selling a little bit, people will start buying them I don't know, something about that listing just gains a lot of strength on eBay. So a lot of them are selling, I only paid, I think, $2.50 to $3 a piece for them. And I had 20 of the extra larges and I had 73 of the mediums. So I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm ever going to sell through those mediums, but we're going to try. Got the bag set up. First one in the buckets. Right there we go. I'm just, he says 1,500. Let me get half off. Oh, let me get half of the $1,500 in sales. I need every dollar, man. Inglewood Deal says, woo. Good day, mate, from Zinc. PK Zinc. Blue and purple are two of my favorite colors, so it looks great to me. Dude, I think it looks tremendous. I really do. The little colored bulbs with the app, I mean, I want to put them in like all the lights in my house and just like change them whenever I want. It'd be cool. Inglewood Deals also says, I was watching the game as well, and yeah, my God, I was so sad to see that they missed the opportunity in the fourth. Well, there's a number of things. I think a lot of it was coaching. I mean, Justin did make a couple mistakes down the line, but I mean, not taking the points whenever just 4th and 1 and you're going for it, and then you're going for it like out of shotgun and not letting Justin make a play. You're giving it to Herbert, which Herbert was the hot hand, but you got to go like fullback dive or halfback dive with like a fullback lead block to have a chance, and they didn't do it. I put no promotions, or what I put on the thumbnail, promote nothing, because people ask me, they're like, hey man, can you make a video on how you get all these sales without promoting any items? And I feel like I talk about it all the time, but think of it like Whatnot, right? People sell on Whatnot. They're selling for like a little bit of money, but they're selling a lot of it. That's pretty much what I'm doing with my eBay store. Like any sale that's pretty much profitable, I'm taking, unless I know the item is stronger, and I make sure to price it low. Like, why do people on Whatnot do dollar starts instead of like $10 or $20 starts? It's because, like, I mean, you're trying to like entice people to bite, and that's how it works. And then eBay, I think they reward you. This is a pair of Under Armour like shadow pants. I think it's called the Shadow Pant. It's a pair of like chino shorts or golf shorts, and it sold for $12 and change plus $9 shipping, and it's under a pound. It is 12 ounces. So yeah, that's not a lot, but I mean that stuff adds up. You have 60 of those, 70 of those. You're gonna make a little bit of money. Also trying to build like, money in other places. I'm thinking of real estate. I've been watching a lot about real estate and talking to a few people about it. I just don't know. There's so much that I don't know about it. It makes me a little nervous, but being a landlord, I think that's something I could do. I have a lot of experience with like light construction type work. Not like massive construction underhauls, but pretty basic stuff. I have all the tools and I know how to do a lot of stuff like that. Don says jump on the Cowboys bandwagon. Well, that is something that just the idea of jumping on a bandwagon, like when you're a fan of a team, you're a fan of a team. Now, I did take all my Bear stuff down, and I think I don't know if it was Key, but somebody called me out for putting the banner back up for the video because the background's pretty bare. I do have my son's feet up there for the Bears colors, but yeah, I took that down. I'm not putting it up unless they win a game. I don't even have a Bears shirt on. This is actually Tape Never Lies. Stats are for losers. Bill Belichick said that in an interview after the game. So, yeah. He says, do they have bubble mailers? Yes. Jiaropack has bubble mailers. They have colored bubble mailers, and then they also have like your vanilla, like old school ones as well. I really like how you can just tear off the shipping label. The Dymo, you have to like rip it from a certain part. Yeah. I've never used the Dymo. I've been through and through with this Rolo. My brother got me a Amazon gift card one year for Christmas. It was like $100, I think, and then I bought the Rolo. I think it was like $200 at that time when I got it. And I've had to clean it a couple times. Sometimes I have to mess with the speed settings on it, but for the most part, it's doing pretty well. So I definitely recommend it. All right. I think even getting a Rolo used would be fine because mainly the people like selling them used are probably just quitting on selling. But I don't think there's much you can do to damage them is what I'm kind of saying. They're pretty basic machines. All right, so this is an Oklahoma short sleeve polo. Somebody was asking me, when you sell sports items like, NFL, MLB, do you list it in that category on eBay? And I think you probably should, but I do not. But I don't buy a lot of that stuff to sell. I mean, it does move though, so there's too many of those like not proven. It's not like they're not proven brands, but they're brands like Port Authority, like the ones that mass produce clothing that people can just like make clothing out of it, I guess. So I just don't buy it for that reason. If it's like a Nike or an Under Armour and it does have a team on it, I'll consider it because I know what the value of that piece is without like sports team attached to it. But I just list them as a regular item. Germozo Yo says, at Taylor, what's up, man? If you say boomer, you say... if I say boomer, no, dude. You can say whatever you want, dude. I'm not an Oklahoma fan, dude. No way, man. States, I don't know. There's just not much to say about Oklahoma, man. All right, here is it's a Cabela's, and this is the really thick, like flannel type. I think it's called chamoy, but I call it Chamios. But it's chamoy, I think. And this is really thick. It's sold for $15 plus $9, so $24 shipped on this. And it is pretty big. I don't think it's going to go ground advantage. Let's just check, though. No, it's going to go. It's probably going to go in a flat rate envelope. Okay, yeah. So we're going to have to pack this one. This is a little tough because it is pretty thick. So we're going to have to really squeeze this in there. Linny's says, Sean, you don't promote your listings? I do not. Not a single one. I tried for 4 days this year, and I just didn't like it. I mean, you will get more impressions, without a doubt. More impressions, without a doubt. But I just don't think it moves the needle enough for people. Because my items, like, a lot of times the sales come in off of offers and me sending out offers. So, like, if someone comes across a listing that's promoted and buy it, I mean, I don't know. I didn't run a long enough test, but I just wasn't a fan of, doing that. I mean, I probably should have ran it for a month. I just didn't want to do it. So, I don't think. I have plenty of sales without it. Like, I'm not really, like, hurting for it, but I think if you're not having a lot of sales and you're like, oh, this promoted will, like, carry me to the finish line, I don't think that's a good idea either, because if you're not getting a lot of sales, there's something going on with your items. And that something is usually they're priced too high, they're just not photographed well, they're not titled well, like they're just not good items. That's usually the problem. So, Inglewood Deal says, that wad, Mr. Me. Wad? Don says, good answer. Ride or die Bears, but it's going to be a long season. Oh my gosh. I mean, we were up 28-7 at halftime, and my dad and grandpa were there, and I was just like, this is it. The winning streak starts here, and we just we just pooped the bed. It's crazy. It's hard to lose. It's hard to lose like that, It's really hard to lose like that. So, yeah, we got some combined orders. These are like some Cabela's, like wool pieces, and they bought 2 of them, but look how big they are. They're like pillows. So I definitely cannot get this into a flat rate. I don't think I'm strong enough. I don't think they're going to fit. I do have a brush popper sale here. That was probably one of the better sales. Let's see. We're going to pack this one up. I also got these big poly bags right here. These are like the jumbo ones. They're for big items like that. So what I like to do is I like to open up the eBay like bulk shipping menu, and I do the combined shipping, because eBay, the regular like, items for sale, like print and ship area, it doesn't combine them sometimes. Sometimes you have to manually do it over here off to the side. So we're going to pack these 2 big dogs in here. But yeah, a lot of winter stuff's going to start selling. The temperature is cooling off in other places. So it's a good time right now before it gets too cool, whenever like the casual shoppers aren't necessarily filling their closets. Usually they wait a little bit, so you can kind of scoop up all the stuff whenever the thrift stores change their seasons. They'll change to more sweaters and hoodies and things like that. But man, I hate going through the hoodie section. Like, a lot of times I see hoodies I just want for myself, but I really don't see that many great profitable hoodies. I do a lot better with like the long sleeves. Some of the sweaters do okay, and then the jackets, can do all right. All right. So yeah, this is 2 pounds, 8 ounces. 2 pounds. We'll just do 9 ounces, and then you got to do your measurements here. So we got the tape measure over here. Old school tape measure, 15 by 14 by 8. That's a big one. 15 by 14 by 8. All right. So yeah, $7.20 priority mail. I did have somebody ask me, they said, why would you buy mailers from Jiaropack? And I thought they were going to tell me they found like much cheaper ones, but with my 10% off, Taylor 10, it is pretty cheap. But she said, why not use the tie-back envelopes from USPS? They're free, right? And I was thinking like, well, yeah, I mean, they're free for priority mail, but you cannot use it for anything that's ground advantage, you know, or first class in the past. But yeah, you can't use that. It has to be priority. Am I incorrect in saying that? I looked it up, and I'm pretty sure Tyvek priority mailers are only for priority shipping, not for anything under, you know, a different method. So I think they're making a mistake there, or maybe they didn't understand, but I don't know. There we go. But yeah, that's that. I got a couple more combined orders, but I think I may wait. I think I may do some more of the regular ones. I did have a pair of Levi jeans sell for like nearly $50, and they were not vintage. No, they might have been vintage, but new vintage. They weren't like old vintage. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, my dad's doing quarter thighs. Do you guys do barbecue quarter thighs? Anybody? Jay says, I promote all my listings at 2% just to beat everyone else who doesn't promote. Don says, I put it at 2.1 just to beat all the people who put the minimum. Oh boy, here we go. That's so funny. And I mean, I guess, dude, it's just like, I don't know, dude. I think it's a sucker bet. I mean, you do get more impressions, but I do all right with sales. Stay Home to Shop says, are you a Chicago Cubs fan? If I'm gonna watch baseball, it's gonna be the Cubs. Yeah, I'm just not a big. I like playing baseball more so than watching it. I think it's too slow of a game. I just playoff baseball is a different story. Similar to basketball, it's hard for me to watch a basketball game unless it's playoffs. And I think that's part of the reason why people like college football so much, because every college football game, unless it's a blowout, they treat it like a playoff game. So that is, that's how I look at the sports. Now, hockey, kind of similar. I really don't care about hockey unless it's mainly like at a bar or something. I'll watch it, but I won't like turn it on my TV at home. But if I'm out drinking and stuff, like hockey's a pretty exciting sport. Now, going to hockey games, that's pretty exciting too, though. It's just like a loud environment. It's almost like going to like a WWE type event. Except way more intense. Jay goes, no, yeah, you're getting one-upped by Dawn on the 2.1%. Stay Home to Shop says, by the way, your video production quality update looks good. Are you going to have a Halloween funeral sale for all your old inventory? Halloween funeral? No, my stuff sells. I do pretty well with it. I will do more, I think I'm going to do orange and purple, though, for the lights. Do you think that'll be a little Halloween theme? And I have like the shelf, like 2 shelves I want to put up. I just can't decide like where I want them. And I think I may put little like trinkets and stuff. I don't own a lot of trinkets. I'm not big on like stuff, but I have a couple really nice shelves that are just kind of sitting in the closet, like new in box from somewhere, that I need to put up. But no, a Halloween funeral sale? That's a funny thing, though, to market it as a funeral sale. No, I don't have that. 130.57. This is a RVC. I think people call it Roca. I don't know. It's RVCA, but this is a slim long sleeve button shirt, and it went for $17. $17. Let's see. Zinc says, how's everyone loving on eBay's immediate payment finally on buyer-initiated offers? I heard about that. I think it was Rockstar Flipper talking about it. And do you have to opt in or is it automatic? Because I haven't really noticed like a situation. Maybe they're just buying it and I'm not having to like maybe I just don't notice because they're just coming in as sales. But yeah, that's really cool, man. Finally, right? It's like, what took them so long? You know? But hey, that should help people out. I swear, last weekend we talked about some of the combined sales, like the guy like sending in so many offers, like driving me crazy. He got, I think, 7 items, and he wanted to return 3 of them that last week. And I was just like, dude, oh, like, so upsetting just to have like that kind of headache. It's like, dude, just leave me alone. You know, people like to do it though. Torrance says, you right. I know. Lenny says, there's rumor USPS is going to make packaging for Ground Advantage. That would be awesome. If there's free, hold on. Know what says, you're right. The free mailers boxes from USPS are priority. Yeah. If they do a Ground Advantage poly mailer, I don't see how these other poly mailer companies can survive, honestly, because why would you buy poly mailers if you get free ones? But I mean, you're talking like, I'd be ordering thousands and thousands and thousands. What is it? And millions. What? I think it's a WWE thing. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Yeah, that's crazy. So I don't think USPS is going to do it. I think they know. I think I would go as far to say like the top mailing polymailer companies have some sway in whether or not that decision gets made for like USPS to do that. You know? And I wouldn't be surprised if like some of the top people that run some of these companies are in Congress and they're like, well, why would we want to put a law or whatever saying let's use funds to build up this free mailers whenever your company or maybe your brother's company, you know? I feel like there's a lot of that goes on that we don't see. I really do. It's still a little glitchy, but guess what, guys? Fiber optics is coming to my neighborhood. I don't live in like the most expensive neighborhood. Our expensive neighborhoods, the ones by the hospitals, they all have fiber. We have fiber, like they're laying down the line. So I'm really excited about those guys. They're working hard out there, and I'm definitely getting on that because I can still tell it's like slightly, the frames are just slightly behind. Rock and Rob, yeah, you're correct. Yeah, so yeah, the free stuff's for priority. I knew that. People are kind of new to selling, and then they ask questions like that. And it's like I wouldn't promote it if it wasn't like beneficial for my business, right? Oh man, we got problems with the freaking Rolo again. I wonder, man. We were having some problems the other day. I had to clean it up quite a bit. Don says, slap that like button. Torrance says, I've been doing 10% on most saturated stuff. Dang, dude. That's quite a bit. This is just a saturated Ralph Lauren. This is a pink short sleeve polo. It sold for $9.53 plus $8.99 shipping. So it's a size small as well. And this probably took like, I don't know, like 8 months to sell. So that is that's a long time. Long time for a little bit of money, but that's okay. And Torrance, you said you're dialing it back. Yeah, I would too, man. I would too. Let's see. I can't pronounce your name. It's like Triarity. I gotta go. Cannot watch you throwing your sold items across the room. Have a good day. See you later. Well, maybe they ordered one. Maybe they ordered one of the shirts. Would it be wild if like if I was selling like cameras and stuff and just throwing that, like launching those across the room? You just heard things break and stuff. I'm surprised they're leaving because honestly, I've made a lot of shots though. Like I've made a pretty good amount. Cannot watch. Wow. Katorch says, had a horrible weekend. Sales went off a cliff. One sale yesterday and then one today when you're averaging 10 per day. I get it, man. I get it. My other business, I had a day. It was actually today I woke up and looked at the metrics for it, and it was awful. It was awful. So I get it, dude. It happens, man. It happens. It happens to the best of us. Let's go to the YouTube and see how many people. 55 people with 17 likes. I appreciate everyone that's in here. Wow. Okay. Speaking of wow, thinking of Owen Wilson, I watched, or is it Owen Wilson? Who's the one from Wedding Crashers? Wedding Crashers. I watched it last night, and then I finished watching it this morning. My wife hadn't seen it in a long time. I miss movies from that era, man. Like they don't make comedies anymore like that because people are really, they're just really sensitive, I guess. It's like, I don't know. I really don't like it. At least There's so many good movies from like the early 2000s to like even the early 2010s, I suppose. But yeah, it's all gone now. But that type of comedy, Vince Vaughn, Owen Wilson. Maybe it's Owen. He has a brother, right? Dang, I think I gotta switch that thing around so I can start making some. We've got Heaven Sent Smoking Channel says, nice sales. I got 80 orders to ship out tomorrow. You might want to start on that today. You could get another 10 orders at tonight, and then you got 90 to ship. I mean, I used to do that. I would wait till Monday morning, and I'd have like just so many to ship, man. I'm glad that I started doing this just because it kind of forces me to do some of my work now. That's incredible, man. Dude, 80 sales? Whew. What kind of items are you selling? Are you selling clothing too, or are you selling like dental flossers or like hard goods? Replenishables is what I meant to say. Replenishables. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Has anybody else thumbs down to me throwing items in there? I don't have to throw them. I just like it. I mean, whenever I usually ship, I do bring it closer and I just dump them in the bag, and it does save a little bit of time, but it's less exciting, right? Sometimes you got to kind of live with a little, just a little bit of danger, like a little bit of fear in your life. So I like to throw it. Someone said Owen Wilson. Yeah, Owen. Probably so. Stay Home to Shop says, you're correct. USPS ground packaging would only be offered to large business accounts and bundled in their pricing. US Mail has a podcast. Oh, no way. No way. Huh. That's cool. Yeah. That'd be pretty nice. I'm sure I'm not big enough for that type of stuff, but yeah, that's crazy. I know there's other shipping that you can do that you have to have like, I think it's like 250 or 500 labels per day or something like that, and then you can get discounted shipping. But yeah, that's crazy, man. I wouldn't want to ship that many items a day. I would definitely need some people helping me. So I did sell a pair of shoes. I got this Emerson fan. I don't know why I keep doing that. It's right here. This Emerson fan. I put it on one of my shorts. I've been putting out Instagram shorts, YouTube shorts, TikToks, Reels, all that stuff. And that fan I paid $650 for. And it goes for like, I think I'm going to list it at $200. But I'm pretty excited about that. That was an awesome pickup. And it was right when the carts came out. Like, I don't think that would have sat on the shelf for like right when I grabbed it, somebody else came over looking for like, good hard goods stuff. And he was kind of glancing at it. And I was like, back off. Rah, 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 rah. And like, I was like, get out of here, dude. Because, like other resellers can just, like, they smell the profit, dude. They know that thing is like from the 50s or whatever. Like, it's an expensive one. I actually, whenever I started reselling full time, I was still doing everything, and I spent $43 on one of those at an estate sale, and I sold it for like $150. So like spending $650 on it was like a no-brainer, and I tested it at the store, and it worked. So it's one of the better models though. So I'm thinking of pricing it up pretty high. I am gonna pack it right after I list it, so I don't have to worry about like packing it, because that is the worst part about being a hard goods seller is packing. I think packing and storing. By far the worst. Let me know how many people in there are selling everything, or am I just bringing in the clothing sellers? Because yeah, I also am gonna do some more what solds, because the what sold video didn't perform super well that I put out recently, but I think the people who are like really trying to see the numbers, because I can't just say how much each one of these are. It's just way too long and boring. But I am gonna do some better like what solds about that, and I kind of want to do like this item sold and profited me this, and then it's like I was able to buy this item with it, and it's like a bushel of bananas or something like that, or like the grass-fed steaks. I think it'd be cool to see like, well, this is what I buy, because people are like, well, how do you make a living? Or I tell people I'm a reseller, and they're just like, hey, you got to just do what you got to do to make it by. And I'm kind of like, I make it all right. I'm buying grass-fed steaks, dude. So like, I'm doing pretty good. I think people just, it's not like they snub their nose at it, but it's kind of like before, right? When you used to go to a thrift store and you buy thrifted clothes, people would be like, that's gross. You're buying used items. That's how people see when you're like, I run my business selling used clothes. They think you're like dirty or something. It's like a dirty job. I'm like, I don't know about all that, man. It's like, what do you do, you know? But I used to kind of I used to be excited and proud to tell everyone what I did, and then I realized that it's just not that cool, you know? It really isn't. Now, telling people you're a YouTuber, which, you know, I wouldn't really say I'm like, I guess I'm a YouTuber, but it's not paying that many bills. Like, it pays a couple, but that gets people really excited. Like, that is a cool thing, but it's not like, you know, even that, people probably think, oh, that's so easy. You probably make tons of money. I'm like, I don't know about tons of money. But yeah, so telling people you're a reseller, I don't know. Do you guys get that kind of thing when you're like, you know, you're at like a family event, or maybe you go out to a dinner with some people, like or whatever? I don't know, but usually if I find that one person that's jazzed up about it, whew, I'll get to talking. You guys know I like to talk, so. Let's see. What else do we got here? Torch says TTNL is supposed to be live at 6. How do I choose which to watch? No, they go live right after the game, man. They're already live right now. I'm just going to watch it tomorrow whenever I'm still recovering from the depression of the beatdown. I watched the first part of it, but yeah, they go right after the Bears game. And then on Wednesdays they go, you know. Germozo says he's super funny. I'm sure you're talking about Owen Wilson. He's pretty funny. He's not like my favorite. Vince Vaughn, I think, is way funnier than Owen Wilson. Let's see. Torrent says, I don't have the space to wait too long. That's why I do 10%. What if you just lower the price, though? You know? What if you just run, like, tight margins? Or are they already pretty tight? Heaven says, I sell clothes, too. I've been there trying to get into hard goods because they're higher ASP and sales velocity. Yeah. I think it's just the ASP is a bit more exciting than the clothes, you know? I mean, I barely find clothes over $50. Usually they're all gone, unless you catch the new racks. There's people that they only shop the new racks and the new color. Like me, since I'm so far away from the thrift stores, when I go, I have to comb through and pick up the scraps. But I've found some of the stuff that sells well that a lot of people don't like to pick up or don't care to make, you know, $8 to $12. They just want to make $20. There's plenty of items out there to make a little bit of profit. Plenty. There's millions and millions of items out there. I sold a women's top at Catherine's 4X, and it sold for $15.99 plus shipping, so like $25 on the Catherine's. I mean, women's plus size blouses is a very strong category. Very strong. Very strong. All of them have fallen behind. They've all fallen behind the bag, so I'm gonna have to pick up quite a few. We got a Brooks Brothers shirt. This is a white shirt. I'm not big on picking up white shirts, but this one sold. Not much. I mean, look, this sold for $16. So what am I spending on it? Probably $4 or less. Definitely not spending really like $5 for this. Brooks Brothers casual, like plaid stuff, bigger sizes I would spend $5, but like just solid colors, I'm spending like $3. Rockin' Rob 2004. It's clothing. Nothing can break. No biggie. The other person, the same kind of people that we didn't have the funny movies anymore are sensitive. Crazy, right? I can't watch you throw those clothes. Like, what do you think the post office does to all the items? You know, like post office in my town, there's like, one of them was like, oh yeah, he's one of our throwers. Like, they labeled him a thrower. I mean, that's just, I don't know, man. It's crazy. They're clothes, guys. It's clothes. They've been thrown. They're going to get thrown in the wash afterward. Like, when the buyer buys them, they'll just wash them. Like, it's just crazy. Very crazy. I guess I should, or not should, but one of the things I could do is put some burlap and tie like a bow with a nice card and maybe spray a little spritz on it to give it, just make it all beautiful. You know? It's, I guess I could do that. I only have 65 items to do that, too. I guess that's... Nick Picker says, you enjoy shipping? Oh, man, I hate shipping. You must be a hard good seller, right? Yeah. Hippie Spinach, such a funny name. You sell everything? Okay. What's some of your favorite things to sell? Here's one. This is Game Guard. So a lot of people don't buy Game Guard because it's kind of trash. This Game Guard is actually like, I think it's better than Magellan, but it's not as good as PFG. This sold for $18. Game Guard. It's like a fishing shirt. It's like a vintage fishing type shirt, you know? Yo, is anybody in the chat at the reseller rally, or are they there? I was watching some of Dave's stuff. ADH Dave, they're at the reseller rally. Like, I think next year I'm going to make a concerted effort to go to some of these events. So if you guys want to see me, I'm going to definitely let you know which ones I go to. It really comes down to, like, is my wife cool with me taking, like, 4 days or a week to go travel? I mean, I guess I could kind of ask her to take her time off to go if she wanted to, and then Seth could maybe come, but like, I don't know if they'd like it that much. I mean, I guess it'd be fun, but I don't know. I gotta talk to her about it and see what she wants to do. But yeah, I'm down to like make some content on that, and then you guys can get my perspective of how these events go, and I'll try to do my best to be in the moment, but then to also like record some of that juicy content. Hippie Spinach says, I don't pack until I ship. Storage is a bit more complicated. You don't pack until you ship. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Maryland does mainly clothing. Same. Rockin' Rob says, I sell everything from books to instruments, coins to electronics. I just found your sales to be awesome and trying to PU ideas after... What's P-U? Trying to PU items? Put together items? Put up items? After 17 years on eBay, things have been slow selling for me. Yeah. I understand it, man. It's slow for a lot of people. It's getting a little bit harder to do this kind of thing, but it's not totally impossible. There's still money to be made. And I was actually skeptical with the thrift stores. I thought they would take another jump, but actually I saw one kind of lower down a little bit. So I think they're starting to find out that they can't go crazy with the price because their casual shoppers aren't buying, and then the resellers aren't buying as much. So it's there's ebbs and flows to this game, and we're right now in still in a difficult time with like the economy and everything. But yeah, don't worry. Just kind of do what you can. Don't go too crazy about it. And if you are relying this solely to like make a bunch of money, maybe try to start figuring out other ways to also make money, so you can, focus efforts there in case something like really bad happens. But yeah, I think it was somebody said like when the world ends, like everyone's gonna need pants and shirts. So here's a Wrangler Paisley shirt, long sleeve button shirt. This is the Wrangler George Strait. Probably one of my favorite lines to pick up from Wrangler, other than the brush poppers, but pretty awesome looking print here. And it sold for $14.25 plus $8.99 shipping. So like ideally I'd get $35 for this shirt, but it just didn't get there, So I'm not gonna hold out for it. I'm gonna take the sale and move on, and then buy something better next time, Try to find some more stuff. Torrance says, I tell people I sell trash on the computer. They probably look at you like, dude, what? Like, what? You sell trash? I mean, yeah, I suppose some of it truly is trash, but this is quality clothing that people are getting at a good price, Marilyn says, I have an aversion to plush. I just remember how dirty my kids' plush got, and I bet plush sellers don't wash them at all. Yeah, plush is a bit different than clothes, because my son, man, he'll put everything in his mouth. He's got a lot of snot sometimes. I mean, yeah, I feel that. I'm hoping I can like resell his stuff though. I don't know if I'll put it on eBay, but there's certain like avenues to sell kids clothes, like groups and things like that. But a lot of that stuff just gets like donated too. So I think kids items are a tough seller for sure. Torrance says, I could lower the cost, but it still comes out to be with or without promoted. True. That's a good point. I don't really think about it like that. So here's another combined. I think this is a combined order. Is it? No, it's not. Jeff Yates. This is a Ralph Lauren 3XLT. Sold for $17 plus $9 shipping. So that is $26 for the red and blue plaid 3XLT. Love the big and tall sizes for most clothing. Donkey Waffle says, go Catherines and Talbots and Alfred Dunner. There, dude, the big three. Catherines, Talbots, and the Dunn. Like, I like it, dude. Those are like the exact ones I look for. There are a couple more. Ralph Lauren's another good one, but yeah, that's awesome, man. Plus size. Oh, Torrance says plus my cogs is lower than most. Well, there you go, man. I mean, yeah, if you're getting the velocity of sales that you want with that ad rate of 10%, and yeah, dude, more power to you. If you're not getting it, then I don't know. If you go any higher than that, I know some people go even higher, man. 20%. Just go to the moon with it, But I think if you're having 0 sales and you think promotions will carry all the sales, I don't know if that's the case. Michelle says, sorry you're late. Yeah, Michelle, I was wondering where you were at this whole time. I'm just kidding. Glad to have you in. Glad to have everybody in, man. I hope everyone's doing all right. We got some water here. I picked up this Powerade melon flavor. Usually I stick to the blue ones. I went with the melon. It was okay. This is actually filtered water, though. So, yeah. Have you guys seen that one short where the guy, he gives his friend some water? The friend's like kind of choking. He's like, here's some water, man. And it ends up being tap water. And then they try to play it off like the, that movie with Denzel, when he takes the young cop with him. I can't even remember the name of things. But yeah, he's like, yo, he's like, why am I getting all dizzy? He's like, yo, it's tap water. And he's like, what? And he's like, from the tap. Straight from the tap. Like, I guess it's like nowadays tap water's looked down on, but I mean some areas the tap water tastes funky, But I drank tap for a long time. I mean, garden hose type stuff, but now we had enough money to buy a refrigerator with the water, line connected to it, then you buy the filters. Whew. You want to talk about some good water? Like, that's some good water, dude. I almost want to like introduce when people come to my house, be like, hey, how's it going? Want to see my refrigerator? Like, my refrigerator's got some water. Like, almost like act like that's the feature of, the big deal. Because it is, dude. I never had one of those growing up. Rockin' Rob says, exactly. I used to work freight on the docks and we toss glass. Yeah, I know. It says fragile. You're like, oh, let's see if we can, let's see how much it can withstand. How well did they pack this fragile item? So yeah, here's another 3XLT from Ralph Lauren. This one's got a pretty cool looking stripe. So if you guys see like really bright colors with Ralph Lauren or any other shirt, and maybe you haven't seen this, because this one's probably one of the older ones, this went for $20 plus $8.99 shipping. So $29 on a shirt. They're easy to spot in the thrift store. They'll typically be at the end of the rack, and then just kind of glance at them. Like when it comes to short sleeve polos, sometimes I don't go through all of them. I just kind of look at the rack from like a little bit of a distance, and I just say, okay, I'm gonna grab that one. Okay, that's a cool print. Like maybe it's a good brand. It'll be a seller. And then sometimes I just brute force and go through the entire rack and see what I can see. But it just kind of depends how, like, honestly, it's like an energy thing, man. My shoulders wear out, my forearms wear out. It's kind of sad to say, but I'm trying to get yoked up, folks, and I need that so I can thrift. I can build my thrifting muscles, because it is laborious, man. Donkey Waffle says, you've never heard of Post Office Frisbee? They play pro Frisbee with poly bags into various bins in the back. It's real. Wow. Yeah, that makes sense. Mary says, I had 13 sales yesterday. eBay only 3 promoted older items. Pretty much stopped promoting and did what you said. Better titles, better items, better prices seems to be working. And discount the stuff, right? Like if you got an old item, like knock it down a few percent, 10% off, and just see if that'll help. Because, I mean, if it didn't sell within a month, man, or 2 months, it's probably not that great of an item. Or you probably priced it too high, or it's out of season. But most items should be selling pretty fast. Because, like, when I price things right, they sell usually, like, almost same day. Sometimes a week. And it's always the good stuff, too. Like, you can just see it. So there's a couple ways to fight that, or make it more predictable. Nick Picker says, I sell literally everything. I sell some clothes, but I don't find the good clothing around here. Yeah, you got to be able to sell, like, the mid-tier clothing. Andrew says, Ophir. Hippie Spinach says magazines, comics, vintage cameras, etc. Pretty much anything that is easily shippable and puts $10 or more better in my pocket. Cameras aren't like super easy to ship. Like, well, I guess they're pretty small though, right? So maybe they are easier than I thought. That's good, man. Sounds like a good plan. Comics, man, that's got to be a good one. Here is a Wrangler Pearl Snap. This is a large tall. This one right here sold for $960 plus $899. So that's pretty okay. Pretty okay. Pretty okay. Yeah, I'm feeling good about it. Feeling good right now. Rockin' Rob says, I've watched a few events. I thought it would have been more interactive, but it wasn't. You've watched a few. What do you mean you watched a few? You're talking about like watching the panels or something? I mean, part of it for me is meeting all the people, right? I mean, these are people that like you've seen and like you heard their opinions on things, and then they have a lot of knowledge on stuff too. I mean, it's a very interesting field that we're in, if you want to call it that, like what we're doing, and then talking to people who talk a lot about it. Like they gotta have some good stuff, right? So if you can meet like 50 or 100 of them at one time, even if you only talk to like, you have like 10 good conversations, that would be worth the money. And then, for me, I have the luxury of like, if I make the content, I can make some money on the travels kind of thing. So that's, and I can write it off. I mean, you could write it off. If your business is this and you're going to a convention, you can write the miles off for that as well. Rockin' Rob says pickup. Okay, pickup. PU is pickup. Got you. Torrance says, I'd rather have a faster sell-through rate and still make good profit these days, picking more items that don't need promotion or title. Oh, man. Head of the 8 ball on that one, man. I think we're all, wanting that. So this is an REI short sleeve button shirt. It's pretty good. REI's solid. They do pretty good. Let's see. Cody says Bears will somehow always be the Bears. Go Lions. Oh, I know. We might pick up y'all's coach, though, man. One of y'all's coaches, I think, is on our radar. Hopefully they get, like, somebody else in there, man. Eberflus just ain't cutting it. Too nice of a guy, Eberflus. Like, I didn't listen to the post-game press conference, but if he comes out talking about how good Justin did and not, like, how bad, the coach did, I'm going to be mad, dude. I'm going to be mad. Yeah, Rob, I got you. Pick up ideas. I don't use P /U very often. All right. We are cruising along. Fields looks good in the first half, though. Yeah. I mean, he had time. He had open receivers. Like, he scrambled when he needed to. But you saw in the first drive, whenever they didn't go for it on 4th and 1, he made all his throws, and then the 2 plays that were bad was like a quarterback sweep to the left, and then 1 play that looked like a busted play. So, like, people want quarterbacks all the time. It's like, dude, we got a quarterback. We just need a decent game plan, and then we need sound coaching. I mean, you can't lose. When you're up 28-7, you can't lose to an inept team. Those are games you need to go above and beyond, That is the truth. All right. This is 14 ounces. This is a pair of Ralph Lauren chino shorts. Did not sell for that much money, though. Andrew says, do you have any goals with reselling another business, real estate? Absolutely. Yeah. What I have found, though, is after making content and telling people you make content, there's a lot of business owners that are like 50 plus in age, and they do not know how to make content. So there is a path where I could see providing almost like a template of like, hey, let me make some short form content. Let me, bring in some people so I can teach, like some type of service, like a consult as far as making content. And I'm talking about like just basic stuff, man, because it seems super difficult when you've never done it before. And I've already noticed that like real estate agent might be interested in me making content for her. And then also another business. There's another couple things, but no, I have the eBay business. I have another business, and then I have content. Yeah, I have YouTube. So those are like the 3 businesses I have now. But I'm eventually like, there's a good chance we're going to be landlords. So there's that. But I think there's a lot of things with real estate that I think would be pretty beneficial as far as like different types of rentals and things like that. you just have to have, like, you got to know what you're doing, and then you got to understand leveraging the debt. And there's just so many things that I don't understand with it, but yeah, I absolutely want to do more things. The eBay events they had, I didn't think it was as informative as it could have been on here anyway. To go to one, sure, I guess better. Oh, I meant more of the YouTuber events, like the ones the YouTubers put on. That's what I mean, not eBay Open. Although I've been to one eBay Open in Austin last year, and yeah, I mean, the thing is, you get access to people that work at eBay, so you can ask questions, and there are teams that work on certain parts of the website, so you can really, like, figure stuff out. Like, hey, you know, I mean, there's a lot of things that can benefit from that, but no, I'm talking about the reseller events that are YouTubers, not eBay Open. And then there's like there's like, I don't know, I don't sell on Poshmark, but there's like List Perfectly events, which I don't cross list, but there's just different events these companies put out that bring in people. So I don't know, I just think it might be fun. It might be fun content. I can thrift like other states. I think that'd be fun too. Rock and Rob says, yeah, I just read yours. Jared Dolan says, why don't you promote? So one of the main reasons I don't promote is because I sell without promoting. So like, is it really gonna like 2x my sales? Like, I don't know. I mean, maybe. It just doesn't seem like a great idea. Like, I don't know. I don't want to pay. And then people are like, well, the fees aren't that much because you're getting the sales. It's like, that's true, but I like the amount of items I'm listing and selling. Like, it seems fine right now. I don't think mine are too swayed. Like, maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I could be wrong too, but I don't know. I think it's fine how it's working. I think it's fine. I think it's okay. Let's see. Eberflus has to go. Absolutely. Donkey Waffle says, not all promoted listings sell through a promoted click. I promote all my listings at 10%, and it's about 60-40 split. That's true. That is true too. It's very true. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm making a mistake. I mean, I don't know how much people pay in fees, but I know people that were promoted a lot and they stopped promoting and their sales kind of stayed the same. Like, who's to say the sales you're getting with promoted wouldn't happen already? That's my point. Like, what if I promoted and I didn't sell more, but then I sold just some through promoted and then sales didn't increase? Even though my impressions increased, I just didn't get the sales because there's only so many people buying these used clothes per day, right? And, you know, maybe, like, I honestly feel like my organic listings show higher than a lot of people's organic listings too. That's part of it as well that I think about. Did I miss an item? I don't think so. Let's see. This is an Abercrombie & Fitch. This is like a double flat pocket shirt, and I don't know, it did all right. But it's over in weight, so I need to see if I can get it in ground advantage area. So one of the like quick signs to see if it can go ground advantage is seeing like whenever it's under, like most of my listings, it's under a pound that it shows up on the print. It'd be like 15 ounces. If priority mail is not like $8, like if it's $7.15, then usually when you do 1 pound plus whatever the ounces is, it goes to $7.20. And then if it's within 500 miles, ground advantage will be even cheaper than that. Usually like $6 and something. So that is how I've noticed if I need to actually change like the weight to see if it can go. Because you don't always have to change the weight. If this would have shown like $8 priority shipping with a 15 ounce item in priority shipping, then it's going to be it's going to be flat rate, not priority or ground advantage. But if it's less, like $7.15, then it's probably going to be $7.20 with just 1 more pound added to it. If that makes any sense. But yeah. Okay. We got this one here. 178.21. This is a Eddie Bauer flannel. So yeah, Eddie Bauer flannel, kind of a dullish color. But this one's definitely over a pound. And yeah, so right here, priority is going to be $8.82. So we're going to put in a flat rate. Flat rate. Cody, yeah, Ben Johnson, that's the one. He'll probably get a head coaching job. Rob says, I know, usually pickup stinks. I don't understand your use of PU. I don't understand it. Torch says, I went to a community giveaway sale and got around 40 items, tons of Brooks Brothers and polos, no home runs, but all bread and butter for free. What is a giveaway sale? I've never even heard of a giveaway sale. That's usually what they do to, like, expecting mothers or, like, homeless people. A giveaway sale? There's no sale in it then if it's just giveaway. That's insane, dude. Yeah, Rob, not eBay open. Big Hoagie says, promoting is a money grab for eBay. Yeah, I think so, man. I think so. PK Zink says, Economic Ninja for some great help with learning real estate and making cha-ching on. My wife watches him all the time. Interesting. Yeah, no, I definitely need to start loading up the feeds with some real estate stuff. For sure. Jack says, you're not a Bears fan now. I'm still a fan, but I'm not repping. Like, I don't even have the Bears gear on. This is Tape Never Lies stuff, and then my banners and all that stuff is down. I'm not putting it up until they win. They got to win a game, man. I am still a buyer on Justin Fields, though. I mean, Caleb Williams is probably a better quarterback, but if you think about it, a lot of other guys are not a better talented quarterback. Like, he's a talented quarterback, but just everything around him. When it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But whenever, like, the plays are drawn up right, the receivers are working, like, in the, you know, he gets that, like, couple throws in, he starts making plays. Like, you can't deny his abilities. There's just so much more to it. People don't understand, like, blocking in the NFL. Like, they're like, oh, I couldn't make the play. It's like, dude, do you see the guy, like, you know, missed a block and he got, you know, blindsided? Like, so many things. Nick Picker says, I don't think you have to promote because you have a lot of quantity and price bottom of the market and move things quickly. I also have better listings than people, man. I do. Trust me, I do. Like, look, this is a Polo Golf Ralph Lauren. It sold for $13.71 plus $8.99. Like, that's $22 and some change. Like, that's pretty good, man. But yeah, you're right. I have a lot of items. I do price pretty low. But what do you expect, right? Like, what do you expect this shirt to go for? And then are you going to just wait or hope that eBay promotes it to the guy that's willing just to buy it at the top of the market? I don't know. I'm pretty sure if eBay wanted to and they, like, picked a store, they could get all the buyers for your items no matter what. They could send them all and be like, we trust this guy, but they probably don't do that because, one, think about it like this. I have 5,000 items. If I woke up and I had 5,000 sales, like, I would not be able to fulfill them in one day. I probably would fail. I would run out of supplies. Like, I would just mess up. I know it. 5,000 items in one day. So eBay would never do that. But then if eBay sees a store who constantly is getting, like, oh, this isn't the right item, they're getting returns, their listing's just terrible, it doesn't meet their metrics, they're not going to try to get you sales because they're like, dude, we don't trust this store to make it happen. I think part of my sales is, like, I've been selling for a while, and they're starting to see, like, okay, when he gets about this many sales, all of them are on time. He has, like, one return, you know, out of, like, 50 sales. So I think that's part of it too. You know, if you're a brand new store, you know, maybe promotions help to get you there, to get you that proven track record with eBay. But I've sold like 20,000 items, man. 20,000. That's a lot. That's a lot. Nick Picker says, I think you could get more for your items if you promoted, but what you're doing is working. Interesting. See, I don't think so. I think the items I'm selling are selling at a pretty good amount. I think so. Kristen from Germany. What's up? Kristen's been watching for a long time. I appreciate your support, Christian. All right, there's a double sale here. Hold on. What do we got? Here we go. So these are two Ralph Laurens. Now, these are the stretch ones. They say stretch, like, in the tag. And this is a combined sale. So this person bought them both. We're going to remove this one. And I think this is going to be, they're actually under a pound. So this will be 1 pound, 0 ounces. And let's see. I think it's going to be ground advantage for sure. Yep, $6.60. So we're going to shove this in a poly mailer and get it going. Debbie says, when I stopped promoting my listings, my page views increased as well as my sales. I think it was because the buyer audience was more narrow organically. When you stop promoting, your page increased. Well, did you mean stopped or started? I don't know, because that's a little conflicting, but it's interesting if that is the case. All right, we're gonna pack this one up. $6.60 on the combined order label. Like, get out, dude. And I do $8.99 shipping, and then if somebody buys a second item, it's only $2.99. So you get a bit of a deal. And people are like, oh, thank you for the break. They always want me to combine into one shipping price. But you can't. I mean, I guess even if it was still $8.99 on this one, it'd be like, it's not like I lose money on it. However, it's better to tack on that just that little bit, you know, because we are a business here. You know, this isn't UNICEF or the Red Cross. Like, we're trying to feed our children. You know. Jack says, I know, just blowing you some crap. Thank you, Jack, for blowing crap into the stream. I appreciate your crap. Thank you. So good. 73 concurrent viewers, 36 likes. I appreciate everyone that's out there. Cannot thank you enough. Give a thumbs up if you like the lights. Let me know what colors you'd like to see next. I almost did Christmas, red and green, and then I almost did double red because of anger. But I'm going to get over the Bears getting their butt kicked. I mean, it's been happening for my entire life. So it's nothing new. It's just, it shouldn't be this bad, though. Like, you cannot improve your team with talent and then play worse. Because then that's not like the talent on the team, it's the coaching of the team. That is the main problem. That is the main problem. All right, so we got another one here, Ralph Lauren. This is that gingham plaid, I call it. The tight plaid. And yeah, this one sold for $20, man. $20, including shipping. Thank you, Al. Some guy named Al. Not a viewer, probably. I don't get that many viewer sales. Somebody was like, you get a lot of viewer sales, huh? And I was like, dude, I don't get a lot of viewer sales. Like, I don't get a lot of viewer sales. I've gotten a couple. I got this one, first viewer sale from Carlos. Thank you, Carlos. And then also, I have had some people send my young son some stuff. So thank you for those people too. If you see right here, my child, those are his footprints. They're the last bit of bear-inspired stuff that I'm wearing. And no, this isn't a bear shirt. This is Tape Never Lies. They are people who cover the Bears. And yeah, they're not very happy with the team. But anyway, yeah. Seth, he's turning 1 in November. So if you guys have some leftover baby stuff that he might be able to wear, just send him my way, man. I really appreciate it. I know he would. I bought him the coolest thing, and I haven't told him or his mom about it. I bought him a pair of Crocs from the thrift store, and they're white with Pokemon all over it. It's got all the starters and Pikachu. They're somewhere in one of my big giant bags. Like, I sourced with those bags, so it's like buried in one of them. So I haven't gotten to them yet, but I'm going to hit him with the magic eraser, and I'm going to present them to my son because for Halloween we're doing Pokemon. Pokemon themed for Halloween. I'm super excited about it. I'm not going to be like straight up Ash Ketchum, but I'm going to be like my own Pokemon trainer. And then I think my wife, she'll probably do Pokemon trainer, but she could do Team Rocket. She's a bit mischievous. She might go evil on me and do Team Rocket. But, you know, what am I going to do? Like, obviously I'm going to battle her in a match. Like, but yeah, I mean, Pokemon, I think it's great. My brother, he has 3 kids, my nieces and nephews. They did like the best Halloween stuff. They would do like farm animals, and then the stroller would be like the barn, and then the littlest one would be the pig, and then they'd be like farmers and stuff. Like, it was great. I really loved some of the stuff they did with their kids, so we're definitely gonna do that. Because Halloween's a pretty good fun little time. You know, if there's any Halloween haters in the chat, you can exit now, just because Halloween is great, man. I mean, candy, like Halloween as a kid, it's a free-for-all, man. It's a free-for-all. You get to just run around like at night and like go door to door and like get candy. I mean, dude, you can't beat that. Katorch says it was a church that did a rummage sale on Friday, then Saturday, and then they wanted the stuff gone and was just giving it away to all of the community. All were welcome. So you're talking about the free items. So it was at the tail end of a church sale. Now, that's gotten me thinking, is there anybody out there that like talks to a church and says, hey, you get a lot of donations. Can I just buy this like in bulk? Can I just buy all the clothing you guys get? Will you use that money for the church, or would you rather do the rummage sale? Like, you're kind of saving them a ton of time and getting a ton of inventory. I have not tried that method yet, but I mean, there's a lot of churches here, so I suppose that might work. I just haven't really gone that route, and it would probably be lower end stuff most of the time, but you know. Treasure tomorrow. What about today? Where's the treasures today? We had a free tag sale where I used to live. All items are free. Not where I live now, though. I've never even heard of that before. Now, I have heard of free boxes. The free box at the yard sale. I have heard of that. And usually that's like the land of broken toys. But that's a thing. I mean, dang, $169.70. I wonder if this item came in. Date sold. Oh, it sold today. Okay. So see, when I have the long printout, or not printout, but on the computer of my sales, sometimes one of the SKUs like that are earlier in like the order because they're, you know, ascending order, and then I can't find it because they're not in the box. It's because it sold like during the shipping. So that is always a problem. Not a huge problem. I mean, sales are never a problem, but it does, you can accidentally click and like print the label and then be off, and then it's a whole ordeal. I have had that problem. This is Duluth Trading Co. Now, if you see Duluth with the elastic waist and the cargo shorts, they sell. These sold for $15.79 plus $8.99 shipping, and they're a size XL. Yeah, I put beige. They look gray in like this lighting, but they're actually beige. Figuring out colors is one of the worst things. Do you guys ever take photos of clothes and then you see the item and you're like, is that pink, orange, red? Like, I have no idea. I have not figured out a solution for that yet. I usually have to, if I'm really unsure, I have to just go look at the item in person. So that becomes a problem. Debbie says the impressions went down, but the page views went up. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Well, hey, good on you. That's awesome. The Collecta Hub says, sup, Sean. You should test it out and see if your sales double by doing promotions. I did it for 4 days this year. The impressions went up almost 4x, but the sales were didn't really change. But I don't think that's enough time to test it. And then the reason I don't want to do it is just because it's just another thing, right? I don't know, man. Maybe I'm leaving money on the table. Whatever, dude. Like, are we in this to make the most money possible? Are we? Yeah, actually we are. I think we are. So maybe that's a thing. I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. Jack says, ha. Do you use volume pricing? No. Wait. What does volume pricing mean? What do you mean by that, Ricardo? What do you mean by volume pricing? Is that like a bulk edit feature or something? I don't know. Jack says blue and orange. Yeah, that, well, when I had all my decorations of the bear stuff, my swag, all that up there, I did do blue and orange. That was the first color scheme that I used. And now we're on to blue and purple. All right, here's a Johnson & Murphy. Now, this is the XC4. This is a long sleeve button shirt. Let me make sure it's the right one. Yeah. This one sold for $20 plus $8.99 shipping. This Johnson XC4 is like C4 Dynamite. This stuff sells really well. I thought it was only the polos that sell well, but it seems like anything that is XC4, and that's going to be the stretch. I think that has something to do with four-way stretch. That is a that's a bolo. It's a bolo if you want to say that word. People like to say bolo alert. Mr. Meg says, do you ever buy from individuals or just garage sales? I actually haven't been to a garage sale in ages. I buy from the thrift stores, the thrift racks especially. I do not go to the bins, so don't ask that. Don't ask that. Don't ask that. Don't ask that. And I do private buys occasionally. Now, I'm trying to promote in my town that I am the guy that buys men's clothes from people, because we do not have a buy-sell trade store in my town. We have a bunch of women's consignment stores and one store that buys men's on consignment. But they don't buy it, they just take them and then consign them. So like, I am the only one that can do that, and I'm trying to promote it more. For example, I had a guy bring in 13 Western shirts, vintage ones, and 2 were brush poppers. So I paid him $60 for 13 shirts, and then one of those shirts sold for like $100. So I know that's evil of me. That's true, but that guy was super happy to get rid of those shirts. Also, I had a private buy where a guy I made a video about it. He brought in, it was like 92 items, and I paid him $600, but 2 of those items were vintage denim, like Levi denim trucker jackets. One was the Big E one, so I paid $150 for that jacket. So all those items I've made a ton of money. And then most recently, they said I could come to their house. Their husband was kind of in bad shape, right? Like he couldn't use his hands to button his shirts anymore. So I went over to her house and I bought 84 items for $280. And I haven't even listed those yet, but yeah. So private buys, I think, are like, it's better than garage sales, honestly. But yeah, so that is how I get my stuff. Very long-winded. I'm sorry. That's a very long-winded answer. Mama Bear Stuff says, "Hey, bud, can you explain how you do your discounts?" I need to make a video on it, but no, I don't like to explain that too much, just because it's pretty good. So a lot of times I can say it's just like just discount your items by like a percentage. Like just bulk them up and discount them by a percent rather than doing the markdown sales. That's essentially it. Treasure Tomorrow says, "Sunny day. I'm curious, how much inventory did you have before you started selling consistently each day?" People ask this question a lot, Treasure Tomorrow. So when I first started on eBay, I was part-time. It was September 2019. And I made $75 that first 2 weeks. And then I think I made $200 and something the next month. Consistent sales. Let's see. I don't know, because I was an everything seller. So like when you're an everything seller, you guys know how it is. Maybe you have 400 items listed, right? But then you go to the garage sales that weekend and you find like game systems and stuff. So like whenever you list it, it sells like the same day or the next day. So like that'll happen. So it's like, is that a consistent sale, or like just you had a really good item? So I think a lot of it was just trying to figure out like at what point do you start seeing the regular stuff. I think at about 1,200 items, and this is a mix of shoes, jeans, hard goods, I was making $100 a day in sales every day. And then I would make, bump the store up a little more. And I think I was at about maybe 1,800 items, or maybe 14 or 1,800 items whenever I quit my job. And I was making like $200 to $300 in sales a day. I think it was about $300 a day. And that was profiting me like a higher percentage than now. I think I was making like, just more money. And then now it's at like $500 a day. But it's not about the like amount of items though. It's like the items that you have, I remember seeing Cincinnati Picker. I watched his John. I watched his channel for a long time in the beginning, and I think one time he showed his 90-day total, and he had like 400 items listed with like 1,200 sold. And I was like, how is that even possible? It's because he's selling the stuff right away, because he's always getting the good stuff. So it's more so like how much money a day are you selling, and then it's like, okay, are you buying 20 items a week, 100 items a week, and then how much are you selling a week? Like that's a much better gauge than like when did you get daily sales? Like, and I didn't keep track of like all that data, so it's very hard to see. Like I don't know how many items I was buying. I was going to garage sale. I went to thrift stores every day after my 9 to 5. Every single day I'd go to 2 stores, and then on the weekend, Saturday, the half day, like would be a garage sale all morning, and then Sundays I sometimes went to sales. So I was working like at least 20 hours a week part-time to eventually have enough confidence to go full-time and enough money to go full-time. So Jack says, more you buy, it's cheaper. Typically. Ricardo says, yes, bulk edit, volume, discount pricing. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Ricardo. How do you generally set your pricing for items? Do you price more to the bottom of the market or more to the top of the market and offer discounts? So all items are buy it now or best offer. A standard item would be, let's say like a Ralph Lauren striped button-down shirt, and it's like a large. If it's now condition is a big thing, right? So that item, no matter what the market really is, I'm going to price it at $15.99 plus $8.99 shipping. So if they buy that, it's $16 plus $9. That's $25. It's actually $24.98. Full price sale. Now, if it has a flaw or the condition's bad, I'll price it at $12.99 plus $8.99 shipping. And then if it has like 2 flaws, I'll price it at $9.99 plus shipping, but ideally you don't want to buy any items with any flaws. And then if it's a Ralph Lauren performance line shirt, I know from how I've sold it, I would price it at $29.99 plus $8.99. But I already know, I know the top end of the shirt, but not even like if you see a sold at the top end, that's more important when you're selling like the hot items, like the trendy stuff, the vintage, like for example, certain jeans, right? Like now the loose baggy stuff is selling for way more than it used to. The skinny stuff is not selling for as much. So most of the bulk of my store is the same type of button-down shirts and polos. Like that is my button-up shirts is the main category that I'm in, casual button-downs. I'm in the top probably 30 of eBay sellers on that category. So I know that category very intimately. But whenever I find something that's better than what my normal stuff is, I may look it up. Like I found a pair of Hoka women's, I think it's Gaviota 4 or whatever. Those are like $60 to $80 shoes. I priced mine at $49.99 plus shipping, and it sold full price because I want to sell it faster than other people's, and I'm okay with that margin. And then also that same Polo Ralph Lauren that I priced at $15.99 plus shipping, if it's in good condition and someone offers me $8 plus $8.99, that's $17 all in, I'll accept it. Why do I accept it? Because I find hundreds of them every week, like a lot of them. So maybe not hundreds, but I find a good amount of them every week, dozens. So I'm okay accepting that because I know I'll find that item again. And I want that person to feel good about my store because then they save your store, they buy again. I have a lot of repeat buyers, bulk buyers. So it comes down to understanding the range of stuff. Now, some of those casual button-down shirts can sell for $30 shipped, but a lot of times they don't. So and then certain ones sell for more because of certain things. Like there's a plaid. It is the tartan, I think is what it's called. It's the green and purplish plaid, or maybe it's green and blue. But that one is a desirable plaid. That one sells for more money than other colors. So, and then then you get into linens and materials like linen, silk, all that stuff adds. So you can always just add a little bit more money. It's very hard. Love Rain, it's a great question, but it's very hard to explain because I've been doing it for so many years. I can't. It's even hard to pack that into one video. The people who can do that effectively, that's why they have good videos and good channels. I'm really trying to figure out how to do that. People ask all the time, and I'm just I don't know, man. It's hard to dump all that information into something, even a 10-minute video or 30-minute video or a 1-hour course. Buy my course. Buy my course. Join my Patreon. Join my membership. I could do that, and then maybe you guys can just keep asking, and maybe get more data out of me, but I'm not really going that route. Jack says, he's too good for the bins. Yeah, I am. I'm too clean cut. I'm too soft. I'm too handsome. Let's just say that one. I'm probably too good looking for the bins. So, okay, this is a good one. This shirt right here. You see all these color blocking stripes? Likely vintage. It is. Well, this is Nautica. Nautica's a brand I never really pick up. But this I know is going to sell. And look, it's got a more newer SKU. I think we're at 20,000 in the SKU. So this is a newly sold item, and it's sold for $12 plus $8.99 shipping. So $21 on the Nautica Polo. Probably paid a couple bucks, and I priced it at $15.99. Someone sent an offer of $12. I accepted. There you go. So I made the sale, got it. Let's do this, Let's get there. Heaven says, I just got a return because the jeans I sold have stretch, and I didn't advertise them as stretchy in the listing. It's a men's pair of jeans. Well, yeah. Jeans are a tough one. You want to get some returns? Sell jeans. I was doing women's jeans, man. I was getting returns all the time. I got out of women's jeans, but there's a lot of money in women's jeans. There really is. But yeah, I get returns all the time, you know. People, sometimes they just don't, it doesn't fit right, and then they say whatever they got to say to get the return. So don't think too much about it, and don't try to fight it, man. It's very hard. Yosef, yo buddy, what's up? You said, did you ever lose money when you started what you're doing? How long did it take you to get better? Very long time. Yeah, I lost money on particular buys, for sure. The one that sticks out the most to me is I bought a baseball bat for $45. That brand new is like a $300 or $400 bat. This one was kind of beat up. I thought it was going to sell for like $100 plus. I ended up selling it for like $53. I bought it right after like baseball season. Like it was in like September, right? I think it was the first month, September, October. And yeah, I bought that bat for $45, and I bought another bat for $15. I ended up giving the buyer $60. The $15 bat sold for like $40, including shipping, and then the other one just did not sell. And I even think that expensive bat got lost in the mail somehow. Like, there was a whole thing, man. I broke a coffee cup. Like, I shipped some coffee cups, and 2 of them broke out of the 4. So they were like, I'll just take half the money back because I do like them. And I was like, I guess I can't ship coffee cups. I put like 1 layer of bubble wrap around each cup and set them in a box. So, yeah, it took a long time, Yosef. A lot of it is trial and error. But it helps if you go in a little prepared, for sure. But yeah, it's there's a lot to learn, man. Not everyone's perfect. I mean, some people are. Some people are really perfect and they do everything right. But I think it's okay. It's okay to face adversity and to face hardships because it makes you better as a person when you overcome that stuff. 203.89. So this is another combined order. 203.89. And we're gonna get it right here. They got a pair of Tommy Bahama linen blend cargo shorts. And then they got a Lucky Brand linen California short sleeve button shirt. And let's see how much they're all in for. It's probably going to be a priority label. Yeah, it's definitely heavy. 1 pound, 10 ounces. And let's see. I'm just going to see. Yeah, it's going to be priority. I'm going to put it in the flat rate envelope. Here we go. Bear with me while I jam this clothing into this thing. If you guys haven't seen this before, watch and learn. Shove into cardboard envelope. It looks like this. Then you got to get strong fingers and curve the front end with both hands. It's like this. Curve it in, and then grab the middle, and then grab the ends. There you go. See, looks like that. I remember when Daylor Feynman's, I think it was in 2019, I saw him do that to a pair of shoes. Like, he put shoes in it, and I was blown away. I was like, this dude. I remember thinking how sneaky it was. I was like, what a sneaky move. And I had to battle my post office on it one time. It was not pretty. But I was going to stand tall with the, if it fits, it ships, I pulled up the website. I was that guy. I was like, yeah, it's right here. It says if it fits, it ships. He goes, that's not what it means. He's like, you made a box out of it. And I remember saying, I said, no, it says can hold up to 70 pounds. And I said, if it has to be flat, what flat item is 70 pounds? And the guy said this. He goes, I don't know, a piece of steel. And I just looked at him. I was like, piece of steel, 70-pound piece of steel. Like, dude. Because think about it. Have you ever picked up a 70-pound dumbbell? Like, that thing's not flat, dude. So anyway, after that whole thing, I actually I went to another post. Or no, he ended up saying he would take it that time, and then I felt so bad about the encounter, and I was new to selling. It was within the first 4 months. I apologized. I called him and apologized to him over the phone, and then I apologized to him in person. And guess what? After I apologized to him for how I talked, even though I felt like I was in the right, that dude loved me. He loved me after that. And then, really sad, his wife died of COVID, and then he retired. So, I miss the dude. He was a good guy. Yeah, that's the story of that. So, Let's see. Mr. Meg says, I have numerous men's shirts and pants and a couple of shoes. How do I get in touch with you? You can email me. You can reach out on Instagram, Taylor Exchange. But honestly, like, if you have a bunch of stuff that's not good, like, I don't really want it. I mean, and then it's like, are you going to sell it for like $1 a piece plus shipping? Like, come on. I'm not trying to buy a bunch of bad items that you guys bought. I mean, the best thing you could do is either bulk sell that type of stuff or just get rid of it, man. Just start over, get some better stuff. But yeah, very few people are actually wholesaling like great sellable items. Like, if you just want to send it to me, like, you can do that too. Treasure Tomorrow says, thank you for hanging out. Yosef says, you ever think about the liquidation stores? I'm starting to go this week. We don't have any in my town. There's definitely some in the Dallas area where I go source, but no, I've never been. I probably need to check them out though. You're talking about the bin stores, like the Amazon bin stores? I've been to one though, and man, it seemed kind of lame, dude. Seemed like 100 of the items that you like wouldn't want to buy, or like if it was a cool item, it's like that's the one color I wouldn't want to buy, like that type of thing. So here's a pair of not a pair. Here's a brush popper shirt. Now a lot of people, I'm actually gonna pull this one out because a lot of people ask me like, how do I know it's a brush popper? Like I even got the yellow barb in there. I'm gonna take the yellow barb off. I just leave the barbs on there, but because we took it out, I'll take it off. All right. Number one indicator it's a brush popper for me is this white on the inside. See how you can see the line on the outside? It's like an extra layer of material. That is one of the number one things. Also, there's the general vintageness of it. And if you look at the tag here, the Wrangler, it's got the tag off to the side. This is like a... it's kind of a paper cloth type tag. It's not like a hard paper. It says assembled in Honduras. But yeah, this is the main telltale sign. This material is like almost like a canvas thing. It just feels better. It just really feels better. And yeah, this is a brush popper. Now it's not a button shirt. It's not a snap shirt. This is a button shirt. So this one sold for $50 plus $8.99 shipping. So that is a brush popper. A lot of people ask me about that. They're like, "Can you make a video on it?" Like, I'm not gonna make a video on it. That took like 10 seconds to talk about. But also, I mean, that's all I know about it. I don't know much more. I don't know the history of a brush popper. I know these are vintage shirts. But yeah, they sell for good money. 50 plus shipping. Really nice. I priced these really high too. Like this one was priced at I think like 79 or $100. So Lauren Sell says, I do a 2% promotion on everything. It only costs maybe 50 cents a fee if it sells through that. But usually the only stuff that sells promoted are saturated brands like Nike, Columbia, and American Eagle. Okay. That's good, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm definitely leaving money on the table. I'll say that. Mainly because Daily Refinement said it'd be a good idea to promote, and I don't. So I'm kind of like going against the guy that kind of paved the way for how much money I've made. So probably not a good idea, but at the same time, like I said, I feel good with my sell-through and everything. It'd be nice to have 100% sell-through. It's like slightly under 50%. Hang on, I'm going to jump ahead because Rick says, brush poppers will say it on the tag, but everyone uses that keyword, laugh aloud. I always use it as well. I disagree, unless it's missing, because all the brush poppers I've sold have never said brush popper on the tag. Now, does that mean none of them were brush poppers? I don't think so. Because, I mean, I've had some sell for $125. I mean, you can put it on a shirt that's not a brush popper, and you're going to get a lot of messages saying, like, this isn't a brush popper. Like, what's the deal with this one? I'm very interested in that. Maybe I'll start Googling and see, like, if there is one that says it, but I've not seen it before. You guys let me know if y'all agree with Rick there, but that's a new one for me. Paul says, bruh. What up, man? Ping's talking to Laura. A little strategy with the promotions. Don't do 2% because that's the minimum. Do 3 to beat out the rest of those people. So here's a good one. This is the Levi 560. The tag's here. I put vintage. This must be one of the vintage ones. I can always tell. There's like a lot of indicators, but if it's a paper tag on a Levi, it's vintage. This sold for $39.99 plus $8.99 shipping. The reason it sold for so much, other than it being one of the best Levi models to get right now, is the size is a 34-34. The measured out size is actually a 32-34, but if you have that size, it's gonna sell better than not that size. So we're gonna put this in a flat rate envelope. Let's see. Yosef says, why are you not going that route? Because Patreon would mean you have to do work you want to do. Wait a second. Patreon would mean you have to do too much work you want to do. No, that I don't want to do? Yeah, no, pretty much. I mean, once you learn like how to make money, you pretty much just, in my opinion, you just do what you want to do to make it. Like, why would I do something that I don't want to do to make it, you know? That's kind of why I haven't gone the Patreon route. And I was actually going to wait till 10,000 followers, but I'm doing a lot of shorts now, and I'm getting a lot of subscribers from shorts, and I don't know if those people are actually watching the videos. So that skews the number. I was wondering how some of these people were growing so fast in their subscribers, and a lot of it is doing short form content. You get a lot of subs that way, but they mainly just like watching shorts. So it's kind of a tricky thing. And then as far as like the whole Patreon stuff, I just don't want to, like, if I do something to charge money, I got to provide more value. I don't know how much more value I can really provide. Like, I'm not reinventing the wheel here with these clothes, man. A lot of these they're just selling. So, and Yosef asked if I miss you. The answer is no, Yosef. I don't miss you. I don't. Here's a FootJoy. Now this is a FootJoy. It's white and it's a long sleeve quarter zip. This sold for $30 plus shipping. So we are bringing in the Benjamins with this quarter zip. It is a 2XL and it's over a pound. So let's see. Oh man, I'm gonna have to put it in a flat rate. Shoot. And I already put it in here. Let's see. Flip It Good says, hey, sorry I'm late. Yeah. Yeah, you should be sorry. Flip It Good. You should be. Lucine Kachatrin says, brush popper shirts are water repellent, wind, dust, sand resistant work shirts, according to Google. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I wonder, like, I mean, most of it's that inner layer. It's that inner layer. That's what I've, like, come to find out. And it's great because a lot of people just see those as old Western shirts and not, like, awesome shirts. Bolos. Dare I say it again. Brush poppers are bolos. So good. 79 concurrent viewers, 47 likes. It seems like more of you guys are impressed with the colored backgrounds, or the time of day is better than 1 p.m. Central. And that is likely the answer, because I usually go live at 1 p.m. Central. If you guys are new here, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I don't think you can comment, but just, join the cause. We're doing big things out here. But also, I typically go at 1 p.m. Central. It's a good time for me. It's after lunch. I can get my work done. My wife can, do her thing with my son or whatever. And I like to talk about, like, my sales and stuff. I mean, I always have sales. I am doing this for a living. And yeah, so we talk, but the Bears are in season. As bad as they're playing, I'm watching a lot of noon games. So we are going to be shipping after the Bears games. Now, we have a pair of Wrangler Retro. This is the slim boot cut jeans, sold for $17.49 plus $8.99 shipping. So Wrangler Retros are some of their better ones. You do, almost like the bend test on the Skechers Shape-Ups, you want to pull the back, because right where the pockets are on the inside of the jeans will have, like, that's where it wears out a lot in these. A lot. It's a huge problem. It's a huge problem on these. So definitely take a look at that before you buy them. But yeah, they have a last stain in them, so that makes them stretchy, more desirable. People like them. They're good. They're good looking jeans. Yosef misses the live. No, it's all right, man. I'm glad you're able to make it to this one. Glad you're able to make it in. People come and go, you know. People get tired of my voice. I get it. Some people watch the replays, which I really appreciate. You got to watch all the ads. Sorry about all that, but, you know, it's just kind of part of it. You get YouTube Premium, or is that what it is? YouTube Premium? I'm actually thinking about getting it. I just now got Amazon Prime for the first time. So I gave in, man. I want the stuff now. What if they did an eBay Prime? eBay Prime shipping. Here's another good one. It's right here. This is like a chambray type shirt. This is Chaps Ralph Lauren. And yeah, this sold for $16 plus $8.99 shipping. So, you know, pretty good money. That's like $25 on the Chaps Ralph Lauren. I will not buy just Chaps. It has to be Chaps Ralph Lauren. But it is their lowest line, I think, of Ralph Lauren. 865 Picker, how's your weekend? Pretty good. You know, we slept good. Well, I say that because my wife is the one that woke up with Seth last night, not me. So slept in a little bit. Have not been working out much, but I got over like my sickness from last week, so it's been pretty solid. I do need to take care of the lawn. I'd like to find somebody to mow it for me. I don't mind mowing in like the beginning of the mowing season, but towards the end, I'm just kind of like, oh my gosh, like just stop growing for the winter, you know? But we're not there yet, so I definitely need to mow. It's mainly weed eat. You know, I need to weed the front to make it look nice. But we recently got a carport built, and the carport's got the gutters, you know, and it goes down to the front. So like the spot right at the front of the carport on either side, there's grass, and it's like super green, and the rest of it's like half dead because it's such brutal weather here in Texas for keeping your grass nice unless you have like year-round sprinklers. And we're not putting that in this house. It's just too much. Too much, but yeah, anyway. That's part of it, man. It's been a good weekend. I can't complain. Sales have been decent. Sales have been pretty decent. I mean, it definitely slowed down for a little while. I was having a lot of like $400 days, like $400+ days, and then now it's finally getting back up to like the $500, $600, $700, $800 days. So that's what we're looking for. That is what we're looking for. So this is a Ralph Lauren. Remember our example of Ralph Lauren like long sleeve button shirts? This one I accepted $6 plus $9. So that's $15 on a Ralph Lauren. Now why would I accept that? Like why not just keep it and wait to get more? Well, it's already been in my store for a long time and it wasn't getting more. So there might be a flaw in this. Maybe that's why it didn't sell, or it's just not desirable. So yeah, you sell it, you make a little bit of money, and that's called cash flow, man. You got to have good cash flow to build businesses. If you have no cash flow and you just have items sitting in your store, then you just have a lot of stuff, you know. Torch says, I love my YouTube Premium. I listen to YouTube basically all day while I'm working. It's good, man. What do you do, man? What do you do for work? How can you listen to stuff all day? Isn't that distracting? Some people work from home. Are you one of those? Work from home? One of those. Works from home. I'm getting thirsty. I'm actually getting pretty tired. It's 6 o'clock. I think we started at like 4 something. The game clock right now is my wife. Her and my son went to Chuck E. Cheese. His little friend Gabriella was turning 1. She's able to walk. He can't walk yet. So he's, I wouldn't say it's his girlfriend, but it's probably his girlfriend. I mean, he says bye to her and stuff, which is adorable. But yeah, they're at Chuck E. Cheese. And when they come home, I'm getting off here. You know, I don't know if she's going to her grandpa's afterwards. I doubt it. But once that happens, my schedule goes from YouTube shipping to full-on dad mode, and then we decide what we want to do for dinner. One of us will, you know, I'll probably hang out with Seth while she cleans up the kitchen, and then maybe I'll cook while she hangs out with Seth, vice versa. It just depends on what the meal is. Depends on how we want to slice it, and then I'm full-on dad mode until he goes to bed. And then I come back into the dungeon. I start pumping out listings that I could have gotten up, and that's pretty much it. Or I get done, and then I go work out, and then I shower, and then I come in here and do more listings before Monday. And honestly, I love Monday mornings. I absolutely love it. And Nick Picker says, I've neglected my yard because I have been putting in extra work trying to list more and get more sales up. Hopefully it is paying off because I will have one of my best weeks this week. I hope so too. I really hope you have a good sales week. Now, is your town one that will give fines if the yard's too long? Like you get fines? Because I know that's a thing. It's got to be pretty long, though. Oh, Katorch is a full-time reseller. Well, dude, awesome, man. Welcome. Here's an item that's kind of gone down in price. This is Zero Golf Restrictions Windbreaker. This sold for $17.49 plus shipping. Used to sell more so like the FootJoy pullovers, but Zero Golf Restrictions has gone down. The crapper. I like when I hear people say crapper. Are there any words you guys like hearing? Some people like hearing what's the one from what's the word from Mean Girls? And he's like, say it again. I can't remember what it is now. Is it crap? Is it crap? No, it's probably another word. But yeah, there's certain words I really like hearing, like moist. That one's okay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of weird like that, but there's certain words, especially when people like enunciate it like differently. Say crap again. I can't remember what it was. What's the Mean Girl quote I'm thinking of? Somebody help me. Somebody please help me. What is it? Say crap again. Crap. I don't know. Something like that. It's the big heavy gay man that says it. Okay. I found some Old Navy joggers. These are camo joggers. They did not sell for much. $17. PK Zink says $400 a day with the emoji with the bandage on his head. Yeah, Zink, that is bad, man. I got to be making more money than that, dude. I'm spending a lot during the week too. Pink says, does premium mean no ads? I use an ad blocker and I do not see any ads. Yeah, YouTube Premium means you see no ads. If you have an ad blocker, the reason is like creators get more money for viewers that are YouTube Premium subscribers. Like we get paid more because of that. If you have an ad blocker, you actually are if you whenever the ad comes up and it says skip after 5 seconds, let's say I make 1 penny. It's less than that, but let's say you make 1 penny. If you watch the full ad and don't press skip, like after 5 seconds, say I get 2 pennies. And then if you're a YouTube Premium member, let's say I get 5 pennies. So if you have an ad blocker and you're just not watching any of them, then that creator is not getting any money off of the AdSense from you watching. So, but I get it. Time is money. Can't waste time with the ads. I get it. But I just want to explain to you the differences. That's my understanding, at least. Like, someone can check me if they know better, but that's my understanding of it. So, let's see. Last Page Looker says, I'm late to the party. Paige, you're right on time because you joined the party. Like, you're scooping up all the half-drink drinks on the table because you're like, I got to catch up with everybody. No, we're not doing that. I wouldn't suggest doing that either. But, yeah, you're going to probably have to watch the replay because I am winding down. I'm losing a bit of energy. Honestly, I'm hungry. My dad's got quarter thighs, though, on the grill. So I'm really excited for that. Are you guys, do y'all eat chicken on the bone? Or are you one of those boneless people out there? Because we eat chicken off the bone. I mean, I once went to a lunch in high school, and all our friends went. Right? They had fried chicken and grilled chicken. It was one of those like Market Street type places, right? And I sat with this girl, really wealthy family, right? Like dad's a dentist, really well-to-do, prim and proper. And I never really hung out with them, but I was like, hanging out with them. So we were eating chicken, right? Like drumsticks, like thighs, whatever. And she was looking like disgusted at my plate. Like, she's like, what are you doing? Like eating with your hands like that. And I was like, what do you mean? It's fried chicken. Like it's fried chicken. She said, she says, I don't even know how I would eat that, is what she said. And I was like, it was like my brain was just not like, I was like, wait, what? Like, she had no idea how to eat bone-in chicken because she had never eaten it before. Is that bizarre or what? Like, is it low class to eat with your hands? Maybe. Is it low class to eat chicken on the bone and not off? You know? I don't know. Are boneless wings just giant chicken nuggets? Like, these are questions that need answers. Inglewood Deal says, I neglected my yard too, but I'm too lazy. Nah, dude, I'm saying. Well, it's too hot, man. It's like you got to get it done in the morning or you're going to be dealing with 90 degree weather. Here's a pair of True Religion jeans. These are, they look black, but they have like a bit of like reddish, like in between. Can you see that? Does it zoom in? You see that red? Yeah, slightly. So this sold for $34 plus $8.99 shipping. So that's exactly the range I like to be in for jeans because I'm typically spending $8 to $15 on jeans. And I want 30 plus shipping. So I want like almost $40 to sell a pair of jeans. That's the range I'm in right now. I used to do 5 into 30 on jeans, but now it's like more into 40 plus is what I like to be at. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way. Okay, so let's see. Nick Picker says, yes, it is. I have been mowing just before I'd get a fine, but I have weedy and pull the weeds in my yard, so it looks rough. I know. Now my wife's grandpa, his like yearly gift, like instead of a Christmas gift, like he does the yard weed treatment. So they come and spray. And it does take like a couple seasons, but once it's under controlled, that stuff really makes a difference. It really does. Because weeds are so invasive and like just rough on the grass. So, and I leave my lawn like long because it kind of chokes out like little weeds. My wife's calling. So I got the alert. All right. We're going to head out of here, guys. I really appreciate everyone that showed up. I think we had quite a few people. So if you guys, enjoyed this type of live, I go live on Sundays, typically, anywhere from 1 p.m. Central to like after 4 p.m. Central, depending on the Bears game and schedule. If you guys want to watch some videos, go ahead and watch some of my videos. Make sure to comment what type of videos you like to watch. I try to do like what sold. I try to do like tutorial type videos, and I try to just have fun with this because I have a lot of fun and I like doing it. This is what I do to make money. So if you guys like that, I'll like you guys too. I'll see you in the next